Hi, my name is Tomomi Gariano, a certified Zentangle teacher. Today is day 1 of Advent Tangles 2025. Today's tangle is Whisper by Hilde van Ginhoven, and she's the brain behind Advent Tangles challenge. And I'm going to use this paper, and the tools and paper that I'm using is all explained in day 0 of this video series. And also I provided some inspirations and ideas in day 0 videos, so please check it out if you are not sure what you're gonna do for this year's Advent. And also this is not just another tangle challenge. At least for me, this is a special time of the year to prepare my heart to Christmas. Advent is a time that we set our heart to anticipate and celebrate the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. So I want to share some thoughts of gratitude as we tangle. I'm reading this devotional series called Making Space. I'm using a YouVersion Bible app. It's inside the app. There's this devotional series for 25 days to get you ready for the Christmas. So this is what I'm reading. If you like, you can tangle along, and you can meditate along. You probably already have, you may already have this app, YouVersion. It's a wonderful Bible app that you can use for free. So as I explain today's Tangle Whisper, well, let me explain this tangle first. So this start from an orb, and to an orb you add this sort of shape. It's almost like a petal, and leave some space. It doesn't matter how many. I will probably do 5 or 6. It doesn't necessarily have to be evenly spaced. So like this. So you can see this shape as more like a open-ended flax, if that helps. This is flax, and just open-ended flax, right? And to this you're going to add tethered aura like this, and you're going to add on both sides and all of them. I would do just 1 or 2 at a time and rotate your tile or paper. And depending on how you tether, how you aura, the shape of this tangle is going to be different for each person. So I just did 1. This is pretty already. So next one, I'm going to do a couple of them. So like this one, I'm making it a little shorter, just a sample. Or you can make it about the same size. You can play with how you aura, and they don't necessarily have to be even number for each petal. And as you can see, the reason why I'm doing 1 at a time is at some point this gets really close to each other. Like you can see, this gets really close to each other. Then you have a choice. You can stop here, or you can draw behind. Oops, I should bring this here. Maybe not. Who knows? So I'm going to go really quick for now. And that's it. That's pretty quick. That's pretty easy, right? And for this remaining space, if you have a big space, you can throw an orb, you can ink in, whatever you like to do. And you can decorate around too. But this is the basic idea of a whisper. And so I'm gonna start tangling on my actual paper. And before I do that, hold on a second. So this is basically if you take if you dissect this tangle, you can just take this shape. What I mean by that is it's just this guy, this little open-ended flags with tethered aura on either side. So you can use this if you want as a border tangle like this, you know, or you can just do single one. So you don't have to have this flower-like shape, but this is the basic step out, and that's how it's presented. So for my actual piece of paper, I'm gonna go here. Maybe around here is the middle, right? And I'm gonna skip the center orb, like the original step out. And I think I'm just gonna start drawing. This is a little wide. And maybe this one's a little shorter. This is pretty random. I could go 6, but I think I like having 5 of them for some reason. I like odd numbers better than even numbers. Okay, so I start with this amoeba-like shape, and I'm gonna aura. As I aura, I want to share my thoughts from what I read today. So today in my devotional, I read from Luke chapter 1, verse 11 through 17. Maybe I'll put the scripture on show notes. And it's the part of the story where angel of the Lord appears to Zechariah and announce that the day are, well, him and his wife Elizabeth will have baby, and they are to name their baby John. So later he is known as John the Baptist, and his role in the story is to prepare people's heart for coming of a Messiah, birth of Jesus. So it's fitting for Advent reading, right? Because we're preparing our heart for Christmas by anticipating and celebrating each day for birth of Jesus. And the devotional that I read was talking about preparation, making preparation. You know how around this time of the year we can get really busy preparing for Christmas. Maybe you have your kids are coming home. You may have dinner prepared at your house. That you're thinking about the meal, what you're gonna cook. You know, you may probably have traditional meal that you make each year, or maybe you're trying something new this year. And also, if you're expecting house guests, you know, you start thinking about, okay, do I have enough towels? Do I need to buy a new towel? Is the last year's towel still good? All of that, right? And clean the house. Maybe your guest room has become a storage room in the last few months, and you may need to declutter. Or maybe you have family member or friends that you want to send a Christmas gift to. So we have a lot of preparation to do. Okay, this is cute, but I feel like this middle section is still a little empty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna aura inside to see how that's gonna look. It's gonna make this space a little smaller, right? Yeah, so we make a lot of preparation. This is a busy time. Maybe you send out Christmas card, you make a list, gift list, list of the people that you want to send a Christmas card to, all the good stuff. And I'm gonna aura this side. I don't know where this is going, but I think this is gonna look interesting. Maybe I'll do one more this side and this side. Yes, all the good stuff that you wanna give. You wanna invite people. You wanna send gift, all of the stuff, but that can distract us. That can keep our attention away from what's important, what really matters, why we are celebrating the Christmas, the true meaning of Christmas and all that. So, and what I read today is as we prepare for Christmas, as we make preparation for Christmas, let's prepare our heart. That's the most important preparation that we need to do as we approach Christmas. So I think taking time to tangle is really good in a sense that will help us to slow down even for 10-15 minutes as you put your pen to paper, and as you tangle, you are refocusing your attention to this quiet moment, and perhaps as you put each stroke, each line to your paper, you may notice that your mind is quieting, that yes, I have hundreds of things to do before the holiday, but I'm gonna take a moment to appreciate the reason why we are celebrating this season, and refocus, recenter. Isn't that cute? Sorry, I have a little star here. I love it. Maybe I'll keep this little star. That's totally unexpected. So I think this is a really perfect way to start Advent season, by remembering how we must prepare our heart first before we prepare our to-do list and get busy, because regardless, we're gonna get busy. Or maybe even if you're not busy, I remember just even the year that I wasn't that busy, I felt busy. I think because everybody around me is just hustling and bustling and just going from one place to another, so it was really affecting how I feel. But it's nice to just take time, like what I'm doing now, and calm down and really focus on what's important and what really matters. So I'm gonna do shading with charcoal pencil this year. Maybe I'll use graphite too, but it's fun to experiment something different each time. So I'm using this blue. This is bright blue, so I think I have even darker blue. Let's start with this one and see where this takes me. Oh, this is pretty, but I should do one at a time, not all of them at once. But I like the color. And I love the sound of tortillon sliding on my paper. Yeah, this is pretty, right? By the way, speaking of preparations, I prepared everything that I'm going to use for next 24 days for Advent Tangles. I talked about this in a day 0 video, this idea of elegance of limit. I think I'm gonna continue with the same color. I may add a darker color. I think I want to make it a little darker, but I'm gonna continue with the same color for now. But anyway, so elegance of limit is one of the Zentangle concepts that they introduced at the very beginning, that by limiting tools and also by limiting space, we tangle, which we tangle in this small piece of paper called tile. The original tile was 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch, so that's about, how many centimeters is that? It's about 10 centimeter by centimeter, something like that. I guess I never really measured the tile. Zentangle square tile, that's the original one, so that you can finish the project in one sitting. Maria, the founder of Zentangle method, she draw really quick, pretty fast, I think, because she's so used to doing this. She draws pretty quickly. So their intention when they started was so that we can finish each tile in one sitting, maybe like 15-20 minutes, not carrying the project overnight or having another unfinished project that hangs over our head. So that's elegance of limit, limiting the space, limiting the tools that we use. And Zentangle has evolved since, and a lot of people uses color combined with different art method, and I think over the years it has gotten a little more complicated than it originally was. I think it's the evolution of Zentangle. A lot of artists put their spin to what they do with the Zentangle. Got a little dusty, so I'm gonna grab darker blue to see how this looks. Yeah, I think I like this. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with adding more and more. It's beautiful. It has evolved as an art, but I always love this idea of elegance of limit. So limiting the space, limiting the tools that you use. So I already decided what I'm gonna use for next 24 days for Advent Tangles, and that's all I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna grab any new things from my toolbox, my drawers, so that I don't have to wonder and think every day. That's the thing, right? Nowadays we have so much choice. Like even like TV channels. Like when I was a kid, we only had maybe about 10 channels, maybe less than that. I can't remember exactly how many channels we had, but nowadays there's so many channels and so many cable TV channels and so many satellite TV channels and also internet TV subscription and so many choices. But I feel like it's good to, and it's fun to try something new, but it's always fun to come back to what you are comfortable, what you are used to. But also, just having the choice is good, but sometimes it busies our mind. Oops, I think I should in here as well. Not ink in color in. But limiting the choice frees up our mental space and be able to focus on what's in front of ourselves. Like right now, yes, I'm switching between different blues, especially this is day one, so I may be experimenting more to get used to the tools that I picked. But I think once I know exactly how each tool works with each other, I think I will have to think even less. That's the beauty of elegance of the limit. By removing choice, you can focus on what you're doing in front of you. Because the decision making takes your focus off, takes your eyes off from what's in front of you. Because you have to take your eyes off from your paper, and you may have to get up and grab new tool, or that you may have to look for the thing that you were looking for, and you have to decide whether you like it or not. And all those process are fun, but also takes your focus, takes your eyes off from what's in front of you in this beautiful tangle that you're working on, beautiful moment that you are enjoying. So that's the idea of elegance of the limit, and I really like that, because it's fun to paint or draw with using many tools, but it's also fun to just get lost in what's in front of you. It's just a different ways of enjoying the process. But you may be the kind of person who feels very comfortable using 20 different colors. But for me, it's more relaxing to just stick to a few tools that I like, few colors that I like. I guess on how I am adding shading after I added blue. I can even add highlights, but you see how I'm leaving little space here, so that especially when you're working on the white paper, like in Inktober, I was working in watercolored paper, pre-tinted paper, so I could easily add highlight later. But when you are drawing on a white piece of paper, you kind of have to, I shouldn't say have to, it's better to plan your highlight and leave little white space, indicate that's where you're adding highlight. You're not really adding anything, but by not adding anything, you create highlight. I hope I'm making sense. So I think the dark blue is nice and dark, but I think it looks better to still add some more shading on top of the charcoal. Maybe I should have done shading first and then add charcoal. I'll try that next day, tomorrow. Like I said, I'm still getting used to this tool. I'm just saying, I'm just saying nice to meet you to these tools. Tomorrow, I know these tools a little better, so we can have even more fun. We are more comfortable. It's like making friends. It's like a relationship. You gotta invest in getting to know the tool that you're using. This is our first day working together, so I'm still testing my boundaries, testing their boundaries and their likings and all that stuff. So okay, so I'm gonna switch back to my black pen. And after I add shading and charcoal, some of the lines has gotten a little lost, so I'm adding some extra love, which requires a lot of focus so that I'm not spilling this line. I think I'm going to add a little pointy end here. Just a little finer touch you do. And while I do, I'm thinking, what should I do with the star in the middle? It's pretty, right? It's unexpected shape that emerged, so I want to treasure that shape. Can you tell I'm super focused? I get quiet. Okay, I think just more right here. You see the big difference that makes? Just a little thing you do. Okay, so the middle star, I think I will add, let's see, this is a light blue. And little darker blue. And indigo blue, much darker. some shading. Trying to create this highlighted spot right here by layering darker colors. Maybe I'll add a little more blue. And if this middle highlight spot is lost, you can always add highlight as well. And let's see, I feel like I need a little more something. Maybe I will add some sparkling color here. Which color should I use? Light color? Dark color? See, I'm still getting used to these tools, so I'm not quite sure which tool is the most fitting for this. Maybe I'll use the lighter color. I don't know, I feel like this is getting lost. Maybe I'll bring out darker blue. Oh, I don't know, maybe I should just have left as white. See, you don't know till you do. So I actually probably like it without any color added in this area, but I like this dark blue too, so I'm glad that I get to use this color. And since this has gotten a little lost, I'm gonna bring this out a little more. And the surrounding area feels a little empty, so I'm gonna add just a little decoration here and there, not too much, because I want to keep it simple. Maybe I will aura this. See, as I continue to work on this, the new idea comes to me. So nothing is pre-planned. This is what's beautiful about Zentangle. It's just in the moment, enjoying one stroke at a time, focusing on just what's in front of you, nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. It's a beautiful moment. Gonna aura again. I haven't decided what to do with this pointy thing that I added, but this time I'm auraing really, really close. So just final touch that I'm adding. And I think as I'm looking at my tile, as I add aura, I think I'm gonna add white jelly roll highlight. I don't know why that's not in my toolbox. I think because it's so basic that I always use. I didn't even think to add in my toolkit for Advent Tangle, but it is something I like to use. So let me go and grab my white gel pen, and I'm going to add a final touch. Okay, so little highlight. Like this. Okay, so this is my day one, and I should add my chop. So before I add chop, I'm gonna look this way and that way to see which way I like to see. Maybe this way, and I'm gonna add my chop here or sign here. And so today's tea, this also I talk in day 0, is this one, Advent tea. My Advent tea is Queen's Choice. So it looks like this is a basic Ceylon tea, and I am looking forward to enjoy this tea today. And thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow then. Bye now.